Illuvium Arena Battle Pass Season 1. First thing to note, it's not a month long, 90 days, so 3 months of this Battle Pass being active. And I know personally, one thing that does kind of scare me is I'm assuming this is in US dollars, which as a Canadian I shall suffer. But 5,000 fuel, or the equivalent of $50 USD, I would imagine, to unlock the premium rewards. Now, this was something that I was kind of scared about when they were discussing this in the Discord, or it wasn't the Illuvium admins themselves, but just the community. And they were talking about $50 battle passes. And I tell you what, if, at least my perspective, like, I'm not a huge crypto guy, I am not a huge investor, I am just about as average of an average gamer as you can possibly get. Even my equipment that I've been using to cast or make my videos with, it is about as entry level as you could possibly be. I am as average of a gamer as it gets. It is a pretty heavy upfront cost, so it's going to rely really heavily on what is in that battle pass to warrant whether it's worth it or not, and I believe they do have that linked a little bit lower, so we'll go through that in just a second. But of course, that's specifically for premium. There is free options available here, the 16 awesome rewards from the free track, which I do believe they also link later. 39 on the premium track with over, so $150 of value from the store. So okay, it's $50, but at least it's 3 months, and 2, that's a heck of a lot of value. So in that instance, I don't feel as bad. If this was $50 for a month, I would be borderline outraged. But no, this is a 3-month thing for a lot of items. Well, time to complete, I did the math on this actually. It basically equates to like a game or two a day needed to complete the battle pass. And let's be honest, most of the people that are playing Illuvium and getting this battle pass would be playing multiple games. Maybe not every day, but whenever they have a sit-down session, they're probably playing more than just one, if you know what I'm saying. A reasonable time of completion, emotes, battle boards, borders, and skins. And even Illuvatars, which is pretty cool as well. So this is the portion of the battle pass where it's talking about what each match is going to bring you. And it is based off of your placement, but at the very, very worst, you just enter the match and then you just get absolutely slaughtered. You're getting 4 points for your troubles. So you're always gaining, and it's just going to encourage you to grind out matches for these rewards. With that as well, it looks like there are daily quests for the equivalent of 5 arena points and a weekly quest of sorts. I'm going to be very interested to see what exactly the quests are, because I don't know how it can be anything other than play a certain amount of games a day or finished 4th or something in a arena match without kind of skewing people's strategy. Unlocking premium, of course, this is the paid portion of it, so exclusive quests, that'll give you a bunch of points as well, it looks like. This is kind of what got me a little worried, though. So up over the past couple of months at least, if not longer, depending on where you placed in the Illuvium Arena ranks ratings, there would be prizes associated with it. Normally ILV or fuel or something along those lines, but I believe it's been fuel most of the time. It's now putting that prizing locked behind the battle pass, which to me, as someone who's been around for a while, just feels bad, but at the same time I also understand that I'm extremely early, and that people coming into the game now, or the likely influx of players that we're seeing now and more to follow, are probably not going to be used to that, so they're not going to know. But I'm not gonna lie, that does feel a little bit awkward. Alongside this next part here, where you gain XP for your alluvials in every match. So one of the worst things right now, or the biggest grinds in Illuvium, if we're competing in Leviathan, is to level up your alluvials. And I know personally, I've been trying to fuse and try and get a hollow dex or a shiny dex or whatever you want to call it of I'm starting off with tier zeros. But that grind from level 20 to 40 right now is painfully long, especially if you're trying to do it low cost or free to play. So a nice way to have been able to get around that would have been by getting XP for your alluvials while in arena matches, and that's how it used to be for a long time. But again, it was an early feature. This feature is now kind of locked behind the paywall. And considering that there is talks about a Leviathan League of sorts being brought up, at least I think Kieran posted it on a reply on X at one point that expects that the details are still being finalized, but a Leviathan League is coming. It is going to make it so that if you're getting started, or not even if you're getting started, just anybody who actively wants to compete in Leviathan, they need this pass now to make that grind somewhat bearable, because otherwise you're going to be, or not stuck, but you're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way of going into the overworld, going into highest stage runs that you can possibly muster and grind out battles that way, which is still fun. Don't get me wrong, it just takes a long time. So being able to level up your alluvials just by grinding the arena is huge. It's a huge selling point. It just kind of irks me a little bit because that was initially a free feature that we're kind of seeing now put behind the paywall, but it's not the end all be all. And again, I realize I was early as a part of a part of a tester, so to speak. It was so early in alpha that, or early in the beta. So of course, talking about the actual things that you will be earning in this battle pass. So this first part that I'm going to be taking a look at, zoom it in a little bit here for y'all. So starting things off, I like that they're actually just announcing everything that you're getting. So this is all the stuff that you get for free. You don't even have to buy the battle pass. This is just for free. And a Tipo emote, fantastic. Borders, cool. Illuvatars in the free. That is awesome as well. Some more emotes. There is some fuel drops in here, so each of these, at least personally, is I believe enough for a stage 1 run of the overworld. So I know personally I'm going to absolutely grind away on this. There's some more across the board as well, including a 100 drop. But as you can see, these tiers, they're getting up pretty high, if you know what I'm saying here. So some more Illuvatars, awesome. And then the 100 fuel drop, so it's enough for the ADR charged run. Personally, I cannot stand gacha, so I will never touch the auto drone runs, but that's just me. I can definitely see the value in that. For me, that's plenty of overworld runs where I can go out there and catch it myself and not just rip a pack, so to speak. That's not my kind of cup of tea, but there are plenty of people where that would be heavily valued, so that's totally fine. I'm not going to knock it, like it's not a problem, I just don't like it myself. And if you make it to the end here, the Ranger skin, specifically exclusive for the Brightland Steps, that's pretty awesome as well. This is what I'm kind of weirded out about because I just don't understand. So tier 3000, so of course this is going to take you forever to actually achieve, but it says double arena points gain. So arena points is of course how you level up on the tiers. But if we go down into the premium track, the highest it goes is tier 2500 or 2500. So what are these double arena points going to? So that's where I'm a little bit weirded. I feel like we've seen in some battle passes before where there's get the additional level and it gives you like a currency or something, maybe a skin drop or something along those lines, but we'll have to see. I don't have that in front of me as of this moment. Now this is in regards to the premium track. So again, off the rip, so it gets you access to those ranked leaderboard rewards. So any of the players that were making it high up on the leaderboards and getting fuel for it. Unfortunately, of course, you now have to get the battle pass to be eligible for it. That'll get you the unlock right off the rip. The raffle reward, so I do believe that's when you were getting fuel at the end of the game. Or you had a chance of getting fuel at the end of the game. I know personally that is something that was a part of my routine with Illuvium. So that's locked behind the paywall as well. If I'm understanding this correctly, this could be a raffle for something else, but to me, that's what it meant. And XP gain for Illuvials on every match. So again, leveling up your Illuvials for Leviathan or for the overworld through the arena. We're going to see again, we've got emotes, borders, fuel, Luvatars, and we're actually getting some skins as well much earlier compared to what we were seeing with the free pass. Like seeing the actual drone skin here for the Brightland Steppes already is pretty cool. A drone blast, that's something that at least personally has been kind of hard to come by. I would really like to see what this looks like. I'd love to be able to pick that up. All of the fuel drops as well are much higher compared to the free counterpart, which is nice. More drone skins, more Luvatars, more fuel. Luvatars, and then especially right here with tier 1500. That 1200 fuel drop is amazing. As you can see there, it's meant to kind of be enough for a hyper auto drone run, which again, I wouldn't necessarily use it in that sense, but the hyper auto drone runs, from what I understand, have the juiciest and the best chance at getting rare Illuvials. So that is definitely a nice little reward. Emote discs, more fuel drops, and last but not least, here is the battle board of Brightland Steppes. So getting a battle board will be absolutely nice. With that, just sped run the heck out of this Battle Pass explanation. So the one thing that I don't seeing right now is it's still said, I believe, coming soon. There is not actually a release date for it. As soon as this comes out, without question, I think we'll see people spamming the ladder even harder than what they did before. For 3 months of value, $50 USD is probably a little bit more reasonable. If it was $50 for 1 month again, I would have been a little triggered, but thankfully they did not go that route. 50 for 90 days is good, and it lets you have that sense of progression. And then getting the pass gives you even more progression, because then the Illuvials that you're using are getting leveled up as well, which is going to make it just that much better for everybody in the other game modes. I'm sure this will eventually one day transition into the MMO Lite as well, which is actually going to be the next thing that I want to talk about.